Hey, it's David. Welcome to Social Saturday. This week I have a real good friend of mine, Hector Adler. Hector, how are you doing?
I'm great, David. How are you?
Fine. So, Hector, tell us a little bit, where were you born and how were you raised and how did you get to Pan Am?
You expect me to remember that from such a long time ago? I was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I got through to Pan Am through the back door. It was always my dream to be a Pan Am flight attendant. I used to spend half my days as a teenager going to the World Port to look at the planes and look at the flight attendants, and I thought, gosh, one day I'm going to be one of them. And then I finally, when I graduated from college, I went to interview, and alas, I didn't get hired.
And you had 4 languages, didn't you?
I had 3
Three,
good
okay.
ones, and I didn't make it. And so, of course, that was the saddest day of my life. And but I decided I'm going to be a flight attendant no matter what. And it might not be Pan Am, but I applied to American Airlines, and I was hired and had a very long career and retired from American Airlines after almost 45 years in total. In the business.
So how did you get to Pan Am then, and what was your position at Pan Am?
Well, one day I was at American Airlines working late at night in my office. My phone rings, and I thought it was my mom calling to say hello so late at night. And lo and behold, it was Tom Plaskett, who had just become the CEO, and he was calling to ask me to join him as Vice President of In-Flight. And of course, I don't even think I thought about it for 1 second. I almost yelled at him, yes, when do I start? So that was how my dream came true, how I joined Pan Am through the back door, actually.
And I will have to say, you were the best Vice President of In-Flight that I can ever remember at Pan Am. Now, I know a lot of people want to know what happened at the end of Pan Am, and you were there at the end. In fact, you were the last person on the 46th floor, weren't you?
Sadly, I was.
Tell us that story about what happened and how you closed down Pan Am from the 46th floor.
Well, I remember that day as clear as if it were yesterday, because all the executives, the senior team, they were all in Miami working with Delta in a last effort to try to save the company, because as you might remember, the deal was that Latin America was going to fly as a separate entity and Delta was going to fund that operation. So they were all down in Miami working with the attorneys, trying to save the company, and I was left in New York with a manual that was prepared in the event that the deal fell through and we had to shut down the company. So I was on the 46th floor in my office, all by myself, with this little manual, page by page, going step 1, step 2, step 3, and that's how we closed the airline, how the plane started flying. And it was a complex process because depending on the country, the airplane had to be out of the country so that it wouldn't be compounded by the foreign authorities. So it took the entire day really to shut the airline down, and finally it was late in the evening, sunset really, and I had a box, a little cardboard box, and I put my desk things in the box, and I was the last person to take the elevator down to the first floor. It was a rainy day, it was a miserable night. I'm trying to find a cab to take me home, and couldn't get a cab because it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night on Park Avenue. So no cars were to be had. I sat there, no umbrella, with my box, with all my mementos that I treasured, and the box finally broke apart and everything fell on the sidewalk. And I just sat down on the curb and started crying because I thought, this just can't be happening. Not only did I lose the company and the job that I loved, but now all my stuff is
All your stuff is all over the floor.
all over Park Avenue, and I'm trying to keep people from picking it
Pick it
up
up.
and taking it away.
So Hector,
So-
what languages did you speak? Or
Well,
do you speak now?
Well,
Yeah.
fluently, Spanish, Italian, fairly good Portuguese, and of course English. My English is better now than it used to be then, but those are my languages.
Those are your languages.
Yeah.
Well, I know, Hector, tonight at dinner we had a great conversation, and I know that you have made the decision that you would like to become part of the Dallas World Wings chapter.
I would love to do
And
that.
I think they're going to be so excited when they hear this.
Well, I can't wait.
And I look forward to seeing you many more times coming out to Dallas. And I appreciate the hospitality tonight. And it was great meeting Chuck. And I look forward to seeing you many, many more times.
Thank you, David. The same.
Thank you, and we'll see you next time on Social Saturday.
Be proud of Pan Am, but above all, be proud of yourself.